So what do you do when a client doesn't give you a graphic design brief? Maybe someone's reached out asking you to take on a job, you've had a quick chat, maybe exchanged a few emails, but there's no real direction. Just a couple of loose ideas and a vague goal, and now you're expected to start designing. Now you could wing it, but let's be honest, that's risky. Because without a clear brief, you're flying blind, and that can lead to confusion, wasted time, and work that misses the mark. But what if you had a better way forward? What if you had your own set of tools to build a professional design brief yourself, quickly, clearly, and confidently, no matter what type of project you have? Well, in this class, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'll walk you through how to acquire all the key information and then create your own graphic design brief from scratch using my custom InDesign and Illustrator templates. So whether you're working in-house, freelancing, or just starting out, this episode will give you everything you need to get your projects off the ground with clarity and purpose. Let's dive in. So before starting any new design project, it's ideal to have a well thought out brief. A brief gives structure to your work, defines the goals, and makes sure everyone's on the same page from the start. Typically, before starting a design project, you'll be issued a design brief, but that doesn't always happen. You might just get a call, a couple of bullet points, or a very loose idea. Some clients prefer to discuss everything in person or over the phone. Many don't fully understand what a brief is or how important it can be. Whatever the situation, you'll want to build a solid design brief before starting any project. And it's totally possible to create your own using a simple process. So if a brief isn't handed to you, your first job is to gather the information yourself. Now, there are many ways you can go about doing this. You can get information via a video or phone call, an in-person meeting, an email exchange, or a client questionnaire. Over the years, I've found that using a client questionnaire is one of the best ways to collect the information you need. You can go through this face-to-face, over a phone call, or simply send it to them to fill in their own time. This gives you a clear structure to articulate what you need, so you can collect information in a variety of ways, from a simple text document to more interactive online tools. Some great online platforms include Google Docs and Google Forms. Here you can create a Google Doc, share it with your client, and they can simply fill in the details. Alternatively, you could consider online form builders such as Tally, Jotform, or Typeform. These allow you to create custom online forms that you can share via a link. Whether it's a simple text doc, a Google Doc, or an online form, the client can fill in their answers directly into each field. And once they send it back to you or hit submit, you'll receive all the responses in a structured format. So let's look at using a project questionnaire. To make things really easy, I've created a simple Google Doc questionnaire template that contains all the key questions with instructions you can use to build your own design brief. If you want to view this in more detail, you can get access from the graphic design ebook that comes as part of this graphic design course. The graphic design ebook contains everything you need to follow along with this course. Not only does the ebook contain all the key information explored in this video, which you can view at any time, anywhere, but it also includes all the download links to all the design resources featured in this course. With the ebook open, click the design resource section in the main index, click design briefs, click design brief questionnaires, and from here you will see a few options. In this instance, click the first link to view the Google Doc questionnaire, which you can open and observe. So this document is fully structured with sections for you and your client to fill out, with helpful instructions under each question to guide the process. This document has been prepared to help you gather the right information and ensure nothing gets missed. Here you can copy it into your own Google Doc, save it as a template, download it as a Word file, or adapt it however you like for your own workflow. This resource is here as a blueprint to save you time and give you a solid foundation when a brief isn't provided, so you can move forward with clarity, confidence, and professionalism. In my experience, going through this with a client is best, but most clients are happy to take a few minutes to complete it if they're prepared to do it in their own time. Now, alternatively, if you prefer a more interactive and user-friendly way to collect information, I've also included some online form builder options you can explore. Here's an example of a Google form I have prepared previously, which mirrors the same structure as the Google Doc I just showed. If I scroll down here, you can see how it's all structured, where I have created all the key sections a client can simply fill in. Next is an example of a tally form I have created previously. This is much like the Google form, but with a different layout experience. If I scroll down here, you can see how it's all structured, with all the key sections a client can fill in. So instead of sending a static document that your client has to download or edit manually, using an online form, you simply send them a link. They can open it right in their browser, fill it out step by step, and submit their answers, all without needing to log in or download anything. It's a clean, intuitive process that can save you time and make things easier for your client. If you'd like to check out these forms, navigate back to the ebook, and this time click on the Google form and tally links to open and explore. Also, check the video description for some links to view. So whether you prefer to use a text-based template or create your own digital form, both options are available for you to use, adapt, and share. So whatever approach works best for you, once you've gathered your info, it's time to build the actual brief. Next, you can simply take the information and drop it into a design brief template. If you navigate back to the ebook, this time in the design brief resource section, click Design Brief Templates. Here you will find templates built in InDesign and templates built in Illustrator. By clicking on either of these folders, you will download a zip folder. In each folder, you will see all the templates I have created previously. Now, if you're using InDesign, you can begin by opening up the InDesign Brief IDML file, where you will see all the brief templates on offer. These range from simple to more complex, so depending on how you want to prepare and print your design brief, some are single sheets and some are double-sided, outlined in a booklet format. So here you have a variety of layouts. However, I have set them all up in a similar way so you can work with each one the same. By holding Alt on the keyboard, you can double-click on the design brief and it will open in its own document. Each brief template is spread over a few pages, allowing for large amounts of content with clear defined sections that reflect the questionnaire. By pressing W, you can see that each section includes tethered text frames. As text is added into the frames, it will continue into the next frame. As text flows across the columns, keep in mind that if ever you want to force text into the next column, you can come to Type, Insert Break Character, and click Column Break, instead of having to tweak the column height manually. By clicking on the text frames, up in the paragraph panel, you can toggle the number of columns to customize your layout. However, keep in mind in some of the templates, text flows inside tables, so you'll have to toggle the frame size there. To fill the checkbox fields, simply select the box's stroke, then use the Swap Fill and Stroke tool to fill them. Now, every template uses Google fonts, which are free to use. So if you want to use these templates as they are, navigate back to the ebook and get the fonts from the design resource section. To customize the typography, go to Window, Styles, Paragraph Styles. Without anything selected, simply double click into the paragraph styles and you can edit them to change the fonts, weights, and styles across the entire document by editing the presets. Also, check out the character style, as there is one in there to apply a bold weight to your type, as not to alter the paragraph style. And if you want to change the colors, double click on the swatches and update all your choices. So the layout is structured using text frames with simple paragraph styling that makes it easy to paste in your client's answers and change your style. In the templates, I have included fictional text, so you can see how it works across the text frames, which you can simply select and replace with your own content. Now, if you prefer Illustrator or don't have access to InDesign, Illustrator versions are also available, but keep in mind, Illustrator does not carry text across frames like InDesign. You'll find the same sections just laid out separately across the pages. They won't be as flexible, so you'll have to do some manual work to adjust the layouts as you add text. Like in InDesign, you can edit fonts and styles by going to Window, Type, Paragraph Styles. Double-click the style to change the fonts and apply your own look. So once you have taken all the information from your questionnaire and filled in your brief templates, you can export it as a PDF. Make sure you're happy with the level of detail you need for the project and then share it with your client for review. This gives a client a chance to confirm the direction or suggest changes. Once approved, you've then got a solid reference to work from. So to recap on how to go from nothing to a solid brief, First, use a project questionnaire to gather information from your client. Then use the brief template to structure that into a clean professional format. Once complete, review and finalize to make sure you're happy with the details. Send it back for client sign-off or any small adjustments, and then print it off and start the design process with clarity. So remember, you don't have to wait for a brief. You can create one. And when you do, you take control of the process, which means fewer revisions, better communication, and better design outcomes. So grab the templates, try them out, and start your next project with confidence. I hope this helps you take charge of your creative process. So that's how you can create a design brief for real projects using a questionnaire. But what if you're looking to challenge yourself with a fictional brief? Maybe you're just starting out in graphic design and want to explore the creative process, but you don't have a real client to work with. A great way to practice is by creating your own fictional design brief. In the next video, I'll show you how to create one from scratch, quickly and easily, so you can start building design projects for your portfolio. See you in the next video.